How you feeling?
Feel good. Just one day at a time right now. Obviously, a little sore, but that's why we got the rest of the week till game day.
You took quite a shot. Is it specific to your ribs, Baker, or is it kind of like the whole right side?
Yeah. I mean, kind of that whole right side. Everything's intertwined right there. So, I mean, I'm lucky with the way that I landed. That it wasn't directly on my shoulder. Kind of rolled a little bit. So, obviously, it could have been a lot worse.
Hey, so everybody, you guys have been one of the surprise teams to this point, to the outside. You've had quality wins the last 2 weeks. What would it mean, Baker, to go to Heinz Field, where this team hasn't won since 2003, and be a quality undefeated team?
Once again, we're not worried about the past. We're worried about right now, and the next game is the most important one. And we have a very good division opponent that we're going up against in their house. So that's the most important part. The focus is on now, and that is Pittsburgh this week.
Thanks.
Thanks, Tom. We'll go to Nate Ulrich next.
Hey, Baker, you mentioned that something was awkward for your wrist on the one play. Did that hold up okay?
Yeah, I feel good now on the wrist.
Okay. And will you be practicing?
That is to be determined.
Okay. And are you still confident you're definitely playing Sunday?
Yep. Just day by day, still confident.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nate. Next up is Mary Kay Cabot.
Hey, Baker, can you maybe address a little bit about your relationship with Myles Garrett and how you guys seem to be, maybe engaging a little bit more, a little closer this year? Maybe I'm reading that right, maybe I'm not, but it just seems like you guys have kind of developed a little bit of a deeper relationship than you maybe have had before.
I think it's definitely expanded. I think as I'm much more comfortable in this system, and like I've said, just trying to be a better leader for this team and reach out to more people. But Myles and I have had conversations, and we know the time is now for us to take advantage of it, and we know why we were brought here, and so we believe in that. And there's just not everything is said between us, but there's certain looks. We both know what we're thinking, and I think that's where you're picking that up from.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mary Kay. We'll go to Daryl Ryder for our next question.
Baker, you just mentioned, this is why you and Myles are here to start playing meaningful football games. Just this game with Pittsburgh is probably the most meaningful one between these two teams in a long time. How excited are you to enter a stretch and be in a position where you're going to be playing meaningful football?
That's the exciting part about it. Obviously, division games are always meaningful for us, but they're undefeated. We're 4-1. It's an extremely important game, but that's because it's the next one. So we have to handle it that way, and we're on the road in somebody else's house.
Last week you played a good defense in Indianapolis, and you got another good one this week against Pittsburgh. What do you see from them, and what makes them so good?
Yeah, both very good defenses. I think Pittsburgh is a little less of just line up and play. They'll show you some looks and bring more pressures. And so, I mean, it's pretty typical for Pittsburgh. They're physical. They have guys that are making plays, and it starts up front with a lot of those guys that are obviously extremely talented. So we have to handle those front seven guys, and take care of business.
Thanks, Daryl. We'll go to Scott Petrick.
Hey, Baker, after the game Sunday, you said that was your worst of the five. When you went back and watched film, did you feel the same way? And if so, what maybe bothered you the most?
Yeah, I would have to agree with what I said prior. Just looking at the drive before halftime, and then also just going into the second half. Finding completions, I think, is the most important part, which is what we did the weeks prior. But I definitely can be a lot better. But like I said, it's always better to learn from a win than a loss.
I think you mentioned some of the high misses when you missed high. When you watch those, is there a common thread, like a footwork or a technique thing, or does it just happen kind of spur of the moment?
Yeah, I think the one to Harrison should have let him into the hole more instead of trying to put it on him over the backer. So there's certain things that just going through reads to make the easier throws, not trying to make the hard throw every time. Just take the completions, make it easy on us, keep the chains moving.